Every man should act like this. When he meets a person more qualified than himself, he should be very pleased. When he meets someone less qualified than himself, he should be compassionate toward him. And when he meets someone equal to himself, he should make friendship with him. In this way, one is never affected by the threefold miseries of this material world. Generally, when we find someone more qualified than ourselves, we become envious of him. When we find somebody less qualified, we deride him. And when we find someone equal, we become very proud of our activities. These are the causes of all material tribulations. The great sage Narada therefore advised that a devotee should act perfectly. Instead of being envious of a more qualified man, one should be jolly to receive him. Instead of being oppressive to a less qualified man, one should be compassionate toward him, just to raise him to the proper standard. And when one meets an equal, instead of being proud of one's own activities before him, one should treat him as a friend. One should also have compassion for the people in general who are suffering due to forgetfulness of Krishna. These important functions will make one happy within this material world. Narada Muni, he basically speaks about etiquette, social interaction, and we can see that social interactions are very important. If we properly execute them, then we will not have any threefold miseries of this material world. Because why the miseries coming upon us? They come in as a reaction of our improper dealings with others. The whole world is based on relationship. We all live in beings. We have a relationship with God and with each other. And those who in this material world, they have false understanding of their own self, and naturally they have false understanding of the relationship with others. So Prabhupada says, usually when we find somebody more qualified, we become envious. Isn't it? General tendency. Envy is such an interesting feeling that actually you don't want to become better than the person. You actually want this person to become worse. It's very, very heavy. So in Ukraine they have such a kind of short story as God appears to one guy and he says, I would fulfill any desire you want, anything. But you should know that your neighbor will get twice as more as you are. So this person starts thinking. And ultimately he said, please pluck out my eye. So the envy is such a heavy sin that person ready to suffer to make others more miserable. Yes, this is envy. Therefore, Bhaktivinoda Thakur sings in this song, Amara Jivan Sada Paperata Nahika Punyera Lesha, that I am such a sinful wretch that there's no even a tinge of piety in me. And then he says, Para Sukha Dukhe and Para Dukha Sukhe. The misery of others make me happy, and the happiness of others make me miserable. This is the nature of envy. So this is original cause of our coming to this world, because we became envious of God. And we see atheists, basically it means person who has heavy envy of God. He just cannot imagine to have somebody eternally better than him, more beautiful, more knowledgeable, more rich, more powerful, more renounced. Yeah? Cannot imagine. Therefore, there is no God. The idea itself is brings such a pain to the heart of an envious person that he says, no, there is no God. Cannot be that somebody is better than me. And anybody who thinks better than me, I'll prove they are not. Yes? That's another thing is that if we have somebody who is less than we are, then we immediately there to exploit this person. Exploit, work for me, order him around or her around and deride. Because desire to control and enjoy, it is very prominent desire in the conditioned soul, and therefore if somebody is there to control and to enjoy, then we can play our God project. Of course, God never does it. God never exploits, never derides anybody. He always lovingly cares. Of course, I'm not saying that the whole humanity have all three of these in a very exalted stage. No, but we all have more or less this or that tendency, and therefore we are bound in this world, therefore we are suffering. And if we are equal to ourselves, my dear friends, then we would see, yes, this is, you can say, I'm non-envious, I'm not proud, I'm not arrogant. Yes, we can say this, but our character, our dealings, others would see. We can say what we want, but there's somebody who observes us and actually suffers from being together with us. And if somebody is suffering from being in contact with us, guess what? We would suffer also, because we cannot just make somebody suffer without getting it back. It is a law of karma, very, very precise, very correct. So, and this is what happens. And then those who are equal, we always want to show that we are always better, proud. Yeah? Try to show off always. Yeah? Okay, with better people we cannot show off because it's totally different category. Whatever we tried, it's just they have so much more. Therefore, envy is only the only remedy. And with equals we can, because we are more or less the same, then we becoming proud. So we try to always be better. And of course, with those who are less, then we're naturally better. We don't need to. Of course, the pride and envy is there. It's not that there's some sterile feeling manifested towards one type and then another one towards other. We have the whole nice mixture. Only one becomes more prominent than the other.